Hello students, I am Professor Srinivas K. Devarishi from Government Engineering College, Karwar. As a part of LMS, I am taking you a subject called Hydrology and Irrigation Engineering. And I will be taking you Module 5, Canal Design. Today is our session 1 and today's our session includes the following contents, that is a definition of canal, types of canals, and alignment of canals. Let us take one by one. Uh, Let us take initially the definition of canal. Basically, canal is an artificial channel which is generally constructed in trapezoidal shape to feed the water to the agricultural fields from various water resources. Canal can be constructed in three different types. One by cutting the ground, which is called as canal in cutting, and one is canal in filling, where the banks are constructed on the ground and the required trapezoidal shape of the canal is constructed, which is called as a canal in filling. And in some case, a canal is constructed by partly cutting the ground and partly filling, in which case it is termed as canal in partly cutting and partly filling. Next, we are having types of canals. Canals are classified in various ways. Here we are having first classification based on the nature of source of supply. And on this basis, the canals are classified into two types as permanent canals and inundation canals. Permanent canals are those which are constructed generally from the permanent resource point or the river which flows throughout the year. Permanent canals are constructed with the head regulators to regulate the flow through the canal section. And inundation canals are those which are uh, taken from the inundation rivers, the rivers uh, basically which flows only during the season of monsoon. And these canals are constructed without the head regulators. Second classification is based on the function of the canal, and on this base, canals are classified as feeder canals, carrier canals, navigation canals, power canals, and one more we can add is irrigation canals. So feeder canals are those which feeds the water to other network of canals. Carrier canals are those which carry the water for various purposes. Navigation canals are constructed for the purpose of navigational work. Power canals are those which are constructed for the purpose of hydroelectric power generation, which supply water for turbine rotation continuously. And irrigation canals are those which are constructed for the purpose of supplying water to the agricultural field for irrigation works. Next classification is based on discharge, and on this basis, the canals are classified as main canal, branch canal, major distributary, minor distributary, and watercourse or field canals. Main canals are usually constructed from directly resource point, and these canals are designed with the larger cross-sectional dimensions, and these carries the flow of water at a higher rate. Next is the branch canal, which gets water from the main canal, and which consists the flow rate of water less as compared to the main canal. And then branch canals distribute water to the major distributaries, and then same is taken to the minor distributaries, and finally it reaches watercourse or field channels. These channels are generally constructed by the farmers only to feed water to their agricultural fields. Next is classification based on canal alignment, and on this classification, canals are classified into three main categories. That is, first one is ridge canal, or sometimes it is also called as watershed canal. Second one is contour canal, and third, side slope canal. So we can have the look of all the three types of canals in figure. The first classification on this base is the ridge canal or watershed canal. So we can have a look of all the three canals here. So here is the ridge canal, where the canal is constructed along the ridge line. And the advantage of this type of canal is these are capable of supply water on both side areas. And the second classification is contour canals. So here we are having contour canal. These are the canals which are constructed approximately parallel to the contour lines. And as these crosses the natural drains and CD works, these are not capable to supply water on either side. So it supplies water only one side of the canal. So this is the drawback of or disadvantage, we can say, for this canal type. And last one is a side slope canal. So here we are having the side slope canal, and these are the canals which are constructed approximately perpendicular to the contour lines. Where you can see here we're having the contour lines, and the side slope canals are constructed. Yeah, the side slope canal is constructed approximately perpendicular to the contour lines, and these are also capable of supplying water on either side, as these do not cross any natural drains and CD works. So this is the classification based on canal alignment. Next classification we are having is based on financial output, and on this the canals are classified into two types. One is productive canals, other one is the protective canals. So productive canals generate revenue to the country after their construction, and protective canals are constructed during famine situation, or to protect the area from famine situation. Sixth classification is based on the soil through which the canals are constructed, and on this base canals are again classified into two types as number one, alluvial canals, and two, non-alluvial canals. So the canals which are constructed in alluvial soils are termed as basically alluvial canals, and those who are constructed on other than alluvial soils, they are termed as non-alluvial canals. And last classification is based on the lining being provided or not. And on this base, the canals are classified into two types. One, unlined canal, and number two, lined canal. So in case of unlined canals, a thick impervious layer is given to the canal bed as well as the sides to avoid seepage loss or to reduce the seepage loss. And when such impervious thick layers are given to the canal bed and the sides, such canals are called lined canals. And for unlined canals, no such any impervious layers are provided for the canal bed and sides. So more seepage loss can be expected in case of unlined canals than the lined canals. So this is about the classification of canals, and we are at the last content of today's session, that is alignment of canal. So before aligning any irrigation canal, some point should be considered or must be kept in mind. That is when canal is to be aligned, so even the least length of canal should irrigate the maximum area. And as much as possible, the cross drainage works should be avoided so that construction cost is reduced. Also, as far possible, the canals must run as ridge canal. As we know that the ridge canal is capable of irrigating both side area. So must run ridge canal, and also sharp curves must be avoided. And in hilly areas where it is not possible to construct a ridge canal, the canals must be taken as a contour canal. Ideal length of canal should be kept minimum. Heavy cutting or heavy filling are avoided. Means the canal must be partly cutting and partly filling is the best one. And then the alignment should avoid the rocky and cracked strata. And finally, the canals should be aligned, avoiding villages, roads, places of worship, and other obligatory points. So these were the contents we're having in today's section. And the remaining part of the chapter will take in the next session. Thank you.